Welcome back to Wave Docker. Got another series preview for you today. Orioles take on the Texas Rangers in Texas from today, Friday, July 19th to Sunday, July 21st. Orioles get to stay in Texas. They just had the All-Star game and home run derby there. Gunner, least amount of home runs on the derby. Who cares? Santander, single, and scored a run. And was in the winning graphic on the MLB Instagram and Twitter, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, Orioles coming back from break. One game up on the New York Yankees, 3-7 in their last 10. Need to have a strong next few weeks, honestly, end the season to keep Boston and New York off our tail because Boston's been getting hot. They're only 4.5 back of the O's, so that's scary. They've been scaring me. We've had good success against them this year, but they've been getting hot. Their pitching's been good, looking good. Tanner Houck, Devers has been good. Duran's been good. They have a pretty solid young team, and they're scaring me a little bit. So we need to keep pace with them and just come out of the break not playing like we were going into the break. That win on Sunday was huge for momentum. But, getting swept by Chicago, almost getting swept by the Yankees, that could have been a catastrophic end to the first half. So, let's keep it going. Hopefully some trades happen soon, and hopefully some young guys get called up soon. A lot of moves can happen. A lot of moves should happen, but we'll see what happens. The Rangers are 46-50, 5 back of Seattle. Disappointing first half for the defending champs. But they did just get to host All-Star Weekend, so that was pretty cool. I don't really like their ballpark that much. Their screen system's awesome, but I just don't like the lighting in their ballpark. I think it's just too dim. Not a big fan, but I digress. 3-game set. Game 1, Nathan Eovaldi versus Corbin Burnes. All-Star game starter Corbin Burnes looks to continue his first half success with an 8 p.m. start against the defending champs. Back in June, he went 7, allowing 1 earned run on 9 hits and 1 walk. He's just been fantastic this year. I was at that game against Texas. It was Pride Night. Got the Pride jersey. Gave it to one of my lesbian friends, ally. But yeah, that was a great start from Corbin. He's been looking all right. Recently. I'd argue that he's still, probably going to place second or third in AL Cy Young at this point. Probably behind Scooball, who hopefully will be an Oriole sometime in the next few weeks. Getting my hopes up a little bit. But I've said, I can wax poetic about Corbin Burnes all day, but I've said enough about him in the previous, 1,000 series previews that I've done this year. But, he's just been exactly what we traded for. And let's hope that he can start off this second half with a bang. Anthony Eovaldi, he had a solid first half, 6-3, 2.97 ERA over 16 starts and 94 innings with a 104 whip. He's definitely been their best arm this season, with Scherzer going down, with DeGrom, still being down. He had to face the O's this year, but shut them down in Game 3 of the ALDS. PTSD. He's had a great July so far. 3 starts and 3 earned runs allowed. Throws 5 pitches, leading on his 4-seam and splitter the most. He's been, I think, one of the most underrated pitchers in baseball for the last few seasons. He obviously had that fantastic postseason run with Texas last year when they won the World Series. But I still think he just goes under the radar. He just kind of goes out there. He's a killer. He goes deep into games, has nasty stuff, limits base runners. I like Nathan Eovaldi a good bit. He's just, I don't know. I don't know. Something about him. He just goes out there and plays ball. I'm a big fan of what he does, and I just think he's really underrated. And like I said, he's definitely been the best arm for Texas this year. He just goes out there and gets the job done. So kudos to him, but let's tear him up today. Game 2, Grayson Rodriguez versus Max Scherzer. Grayson had a solid first half, starting 17 games, allowing more than 2 earned runs only 5 times out of those 17 starts. Looks to finish July strong after allowing 9 earned runs over his last 2 starts. He had to face Texas this season, but he will be back where it started last season with his first career start coming in Texas last year. So I'm banking on Gem. Yeah, Grayson's been having a good year so far. I think he's up to a 3.68 ERA, 11 wins, looking up to pick up his 12th in Game 2. Same thing with Corbin. I've said, I've waxed poetic about these guys all year, and I'm hoping that with how the first half ended, we can have a fantastic second half because I think we're on pace for, at this point, 95 wins. And I just looked at a memory from last year. We were 70-42 at one point last year. We were killing it. We're 20 games above 500. I'm hoping that we can have a really, I think we need to finish July strong. We need to finish the year strong. The Yankees and the Red Sox aren't going away anytime soon. They arguably are just as likely to make some pretty big moves for the trade deadline as they're looking to contend this year. So I'm hoping that the front office just takes note of that and really pushes for an additional arm in this rotation because we need it. And I feel good about this year. I can feel even better about this year if I can see that the front office is serious about, trading the farm for talent, because you draft the bats, you buy the arms. We bought Corbin Burnes this offseason. We have tons and tons, a plethora of young farm system talent that we can go out there and get. Arguably anybody be willing. It's all about the willingness to commit to that. So, but yeah, Grayson's been great this year, and I'm banking on a pretty strong finish to the season. I keep going on tangents about trades in these videos. Max Scherzer, in 5 starts thus far this season, he is 1-2 with a 2.96 ERA over 27 1/3 innings. He's hit to allow more than 3 earned runs in an outing and has a sub-1 whip, which is pretty impressive. In his June start against Baltimore, he went 5 1/3 innings, allowing 2 earned runs on 4 hits and 2 walks. He was arguably, I think, on a pitching limit at that point, so we didn't really get to see the full leash that he has. But he's been great on his return. What is he, a 3-time world champ? One of the best pitchers of all time. He's looked, obviously he's getting out there in age, but he's looked pretty solid this year in his limited starts. Like I said, with limited data for his season so far, I'd say let's just knock him out early and get to Texas's mediocre pen. They have one of the worst bullpens in the MLB this year, so if we can just knock these guys out early. And I'm hoping the offense wakes up from his coma, because the offense has also been just comatose for the last month, I'd say. It's been a lackluster, last few weeks for Orioles baseball, so I'm hoping this All-Star break allows a good reset for these guys, and we can finish the year strong. Game 3, Dean Kramer versus Andrew Heaney. In his 3 starts since returning from the IL, Dino's allowed 9 earned runs over 13 2/3 innings. Control's been the most apparent issue for him, but hopefully the break has given him some time to retool and be a solid, what does it even say? Be a solid, 3 guy for now. That looks like 3-9.4. My handwriting is just terrible. But hopefully the break is giving us some time to retool and be a solid 3 guy for now. Because obviously, if we were to trade for an arm, which is obviously hoping to be an upper echelon arm that's on the market, who would push him down to being the 4 or 5 guy. But I believe in Dean. He looked good against the Yankees. Obviously, he got pulled for matchups, and he had some base runners on. But he's had 1 bad start since return from the IL. He looked great against Seattle. He looked good against New York. The Cubs kind of got to him. But I believe in Dean Kramer. I believe in what he's capable of, and I think he's gonna pull himself up from his bootstraps and have a really good second half. And it's kind of I feel like if I don't believe in that, that's just not. Look at, oh man, this is my preview. This is my first preview from last year. Look how good that handwriting is. Man. Whatever. But yeah, I believe in Dean Kramer. Andrew Heaney had a solid first half for him. 3-10 over 19 appearances with a 3.79 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. Just goes to show you how wins are not really a pitcher stat or a good pitcher stat, because Craig Kimbrell got a win on that Sunday game even though he blew the save. 125 WHIP over 95 innings. He went 7 innings of 2-run ball in the series finale back in June. Does not walk a lot of batters and is good at getting a chase. He has a really high whiff percentage and chase percentage. I think Heaney, he's kind of like a meme, like the whole Heen dog bump day. But I think he can really go out there and give you a solid start. His numbers aren't really the greatest, but he's been a solid guy in the league for 5 to 7 years at this point. He's just, I don't know, he's a sneaky guy. He can go out there and give you 6 or 3 earned runs, or he can go out there and get shelled in the first few innings. He's a soft tosser, but he's been able to have relative success for the last few years, so watch out for him. Like I said, he gave us 7 innings. He gave them 7 innings of 2-run ball against us in June, so watch out for him. But I just need a strong showing in these next few series coming out of the break. I think we're in Texas, and then we're in Miami, and then we're back home. So, fingers crossed. But yeah, I need something. I need a good showing these first few weeks coming out of the break, because these last few weeks have kind of dampened my mood a little bit for the year. Not really the year, just in general. If the Orioles lose, my day sucks. If the Orioles win, I can have the best, I can get hit by a car, so I'll have a good day. But yeah, I just need a strong showing these next few series. It was great to have 5 All-Stars. Gunnar Henderson's still very much an MVP candidate. Team's looking good. Corbin Burnes, Cy Young candidate. We have a lot of talent on the team. It's all about syncing up and utilizing our farm system to improve an already great team. So go O's as always, but let's start off the season on a good foot. Let's win tonight, and let's take it game by game. Let's go. Let's go O's. Peace out. I need to stop ranting. Go O's. Peace out.